Ron Hart is a syndicated columnist, a political commentator, and he's a good friend of our show. He says in the lead up to the midterms, now just weeks away, that if he were dealt the poker hand of sloppy Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, AOC, and the rest of the Democrats, he would fold. Things are looking pretty dim for them. Please welcome back to the show a repeat guest for a reason, Ron Hart. Ron, welcome back. Now, I understand that one of the reasons that you were in town this weekend is not just for the show. I'd like to think that was the only reason that you'd be in Nashville, but it's also about the Vanderbilt football homecoming game.
Yeah, I was going to go. I had 2 tickets. I put them on my dashboard. Someone broke in my car and put 4 more tickets in there. So, if you play for Vanderbilt, you can recognize a homecoming float. I'm just telling you.
How do you recognize a homecoming float?
Yeah, because you play everybody's homecoming.
Oh.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying. Yes. Because when Vanderbilt goes to play away.
Terrible football, yeah.
Yeah, they're not known for their football team, but they always beat at least one team in the SEC that nobody thought they would beat.
Yes.
Like one game of the year, they pulled it off.
Yeah, yeah.
So maybe we'll watch to see who it's going to be, as long as they didn't erase your back.
Conjugating verbs while the other team is like trying to plays.
All right, this week has been a pretty bad week for President Biden. His poll numbers have fallen again, back into low territory. Midterms coming up real quick.
Yeah.
What's happening?
Well, he's very patriotic. He recently paid a visit to the tomb of the unknown voter. So he's gonna Stacey Abrams went with him, a handful of other people. So yeah, I don't know if they're gonna win or not. I mean, it doesn't look good for him at all. I mean, he's kind of sad. He messed up again today, and he couldn't be a greeter at Walmart because I'm afraid he would say, you know, welcome to Dollar Tree. So there's something. There's got to be something out there for him at some point. But the poll numbers do not look good, and Kamala's no better. I mean, she was at the DMZ the other day. She thought she was on TMZ. So she totally confused on that situation. So the bench is not very deep, I guess is what I'm saying.
You know, when I listen to her, and I'm realizing, Ron, somebody wrote those speeches for her.
Yes.
And I wonder, we're paying for that as taxpayers for her to have a speechwriter.
Yeah.
And you think somebody's just not getting their money's worth over there.
It's a taxpayer dollar. With Joe Biden, you kind of wish they just flipped the teleprompter around and let you read it. You know, it's just easier on everybody. So, and this, you're right. The sad part of this is a lot of this is thought out. This is not off-the-cuff mistakes where you're staring at, you know, North Korea. You think it's way off, but it's 50 yards away. It's kind of scary, you know. So, but that's their vision for America.
Well, today, President Biden was talking about, and I think he made some comment about there are 2 words. How'd that go?
He said there's 2 words. What did he say? Not on my watch. What did he say? It's like jobs, jobs, jobs. He said there's 3 letters that matter. Jobs. Something like that a while back. So I forgot what he said today. He said something like that today. It
was like the 2 most important words we're going to implement. Made in America. That's right. Joe, I believe that's 3. I believe that's exceeded the 2.
He's a real thinker, this Biden guy. I think there's a future for him. You know, it's kind of frightening that you let someone have the nuclear codes who, you know, he went to the G8 summit. So you got the G8 summit, they're talking about giving F-15s to Ukraine, and they're talking about the G8 summit, and he yells bingo. He gets a little spun around at some point.
Well, there's been a big controversy. Governors of Texas and Florida, Greg Abbott, Ron DeSantis, have sent illegals to to the north. Ron DeSantis, some people like, you know.
Yeah, I like DeSantis.
There's sanctuary cities and sanctuary states. Ron DeSantis sent 50, all of 50, not a big number, to Martha's Vineyard.
Yeah, they got those. I'll tell you what, no one's gotten off that island any quicker than Martha's Vineyard since Ted Kennedy's secretary. I mean, too soon?
Too soon, yes.
40 years?
Yeah. 50 years.
50 years, I'm sorry.
50.
So, we'll wait another decade for that one. But, yeah, their soccer team improved tenfold with the 50 there. But Yeah, I love that move by DeSantis. That was beautiful. And they're all like, they're clutching their pearls. You send them 50 immigrants?
Yeah.
Be Corpus Christi, you know? Be Florida. And the reason the Democrats do this, don't kid yourself, they want it to go to Texas, Georgia, and Florida, which are purple states, right?
Right.
So they want to turn purple states. They already got Massachusetts. They already got New York. They already got Chicago. They want to send these immigrants to purple states to turn them. And they don't want to deal with 50 immigrants. They just can't stand it.
Hey, you've had a big moment in your life recently. Grandchild number 5.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
How's that going?
Well, we don't know the gender yet. We're going to wait till the first grade teacher tells us. So stay tuned on that one.
You got to wait 5 or 6 years before we will know.
Yeah.
All right, Ron, you're going to hang around with us. Our audience can read a whole lot more about Ron Hart online, and we're going to get you linked up with him at Huckabee.tv. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, I hope you will now. The button is just below this video, and there's a little bell next to it. If you click on those, YouTube will reluctantly start letting you know when we've got a new video uploaded.